Hello and welcome back to ENG Engine. Let us discuss how to frame questions in this video. You have a quiz at the end, so kindly watch the video carefully. Now, basically there are three types of question. The WH question, yes or no type of question, and the question tags. I have already made a few videos on question tags, so you may check the links in the comment box. Now let us see how to frame questions using WH words. What is this WH question? In this WH, W stands for all the question words which begin with W. And H stands for how. Now you can see what each WH word represent. Who, whom and whose represent a person. Where represent a place. When represents to time, day, date. Which represents to a thing or a place. Why gives the reason, and what is used to get information about something. How represents in what way a thing is done. So these are the things that the WH word represent. Now, we cannot just frame a question using WH word alone. We need the help of an auxiliary verb to do it. What are auxiliary verbs? There is a video on auxiliary verbs. You may check the link using the link given in the comment box. Anyway, let us discuss what auxiliary verbs are. Auxiliary verbs are otherwise called as helping verbs. The auxiliary verbs are the be verbs, the do verbs, have verbs, and the modal verbs. The be verbs are is, are, was, were. Do verbs are does, do, and did. Have verbs are has, have, had. Modal verbs are will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might, must. And the quasi modals or the semi modals are need to, dare, ought to. So we can frame a question with the help of these auxiliary verbs. We can frame a question, any kind of question, all the three, that is WH question, the yes or no type of question, or the question tags. The auxiliary verbs play a very major role in framing questions. Now, the be verbs is, are, was, were. These are the be verbs. Is and are represent the present tense, was and were represent the past tense. So, is and was are singular, are and were are plural. Now, let us try to frame questions, and this will be understood easily with a few examples. First, let us try to frame questions for the given statements using the be verbs. Let us frame questions using only the be verbs in this video. Now let us get in. My school is in Gandhinagar. This is the statement given. So how can a question be framed to get this answer? We can just take a word as a clue from this statement. Let us take the clue as Gandhinagar. What is this Gandhinagar? It represents a place. So the WH question word which denotes the place is where. So we can begin the WH question using where. So how do we frame that? The question for this statement is where is your school? So this where represents the place. Is is the auxiliary verb which is already there in the statement. So we can use the same is. And my school will change to your school. And we must never forget to give a question mark at the end. The next example. They are in the bus. We can take the clue word as in the bus. This also represents a place. Where? So the where is the word which shows the place. So the question is Where are they? So where represents the place. Are is the auxiliary verb in the statement already. So we use are, and they is the subject. So where are they? Question mark. Next example. Ashoka was a great emperor. Here we can take the clue word as great emperor. So this great emperor represents a person. So the WH word that represents a person is who. So the question, it can be framed like who was Ashoka. So who represents the person, was is the auxiliary verb already used in the statement, and Ashoka is there. So we ask who is this Ashoka. Now this is the way we can frame the WH question. Now let us see how to frame yes or no type of question for the same statements. Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. Let us see. My school is in Gandhinagar. So my school is in Gandhinagar. Usually a yes or no type of question will start with an auxiliary verb. So the auxiliary verb in the given statement is. We can begin this yes or no type of question using this is. So let us check. Is your school in Gandhinagar? So our response will be yes, my school is in Gandhinagar. So this is how the yes or no type of question is formed. Let us see the yes or no type of question for the next statement. They are in the bus. The auxiliary verb is are, and we can begin the yes or no type of question with are. So the question is, are they in the bus? Yes, they are in the bus. We get the response. For the next question, Ashoka was a great emperor. The auxiliary verb is was. So we begin with was. Was Ashoka a great emperor? Yes, he was a great emperor. So we get the response. So this is the way we can frame the WH question as well as the yes or no type of question using the be verbs. You can check all the auxiliary verbs are be verbs. There are a few more examples. Let us check. These books are mine. Mine represents a person. So we use whose because it shows belongingness. Now let us check how the question is framed. Whose books are these? So whose is here, which represents the belongingness or the person. Then the subject books is here. The auxiliary verb is are and these. The next statement. Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. This is a bit tricky statement. For this statement, we can frame 3WH type of question. If you want the answer as Goa, or you want the answer for on Monday, or you want the answer as Rajesh. So for 3 words, we can frame 3 different questions. So for Goa, what is the question? Where was Rajesh yesterday? So Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. Next is, let us see what question to frame to get the answer on Monday. When was Rajesh in Goa? Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. Now let us see how to get the answer as Rajesh. Who was in Goa on Monday? So the answer is Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. So we can frame 3 different questions for this such kind of statements. It depends on what response we need. Now let us check if we can frame yes or no type of questions for these also. Certainly we can frame. These books are mine. So are is the auxiliary verb. So begin the yes or no type of question with are. And the question will be like, are these books yours? Yes, these books are mine. That will be the response. Now, Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. Here, the auxiliary verb is was. So, begin the yes or no type of question with was. And the question is, was Rajesh in Goa on Monday? Yes, Rajesh was in Goa on Monday. You get the response. I hope you understood. And now it is time for the quiz. Statements are given and you have to check the auxiliary verb and then try to frame the question. You can frame the WH question as well as the yes or no type of question. Shall we begin the quiz? Here you go. Frame suitable questions. You may pause the video if you want more time. The answer will appear shortly. Now you may check your answers. He is late due to traffic jam. Due to traffic jam, this is the reason. So for reason, we get the WH word as why. So why is he late? So S is here, he is here, and late is here. We were fishing last evening. What were you doing last evening? When were you fishing? So we can frame two different questions for this statement. It depends on what answer we need. Let us see what the yes or no type of questions are. Is he late due to traffic jam? Yes, he is late due to traffic jam. And for the second question, were you fishing last evening? Yes, we were fishing last evening. Well, that's it, friends. To sum up, we discussed the three types of questions. We understood how to frame WH question and the yes or no type of question using the be verbs. Next, let us see how to frame questions using do verbs in the next video. If you find this video useful, give a thumbs up and share the video to your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.